Hello, this is Brittany Samuel. Today, the message is take responsibility for yourself. Philippians 2:12 says, "Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling." 1 Corinthians 3:16-17 says, "Do you not know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy that person, for God's temple is sacred, and you together are that temple." So, regarding the message about taking responsibility for yourself, it's helpful to look at situations. When something happens to you, are you proactive or are you going to be reactive? When life shakes you up, do you explode like a soda pop bottle, or do you stay calm like a water bottle? When circumstances shake you up, are you a soda pop or a water bottle? When people shake you up, are you a soda pop bottle or a water bottle? If you are like a soda pop, it is like giving someone else the remote control to your TV and allowing them to press the buttons. But when you hold your remote control in your hands, you don't let anyone press your buttons. You press your own buttons. You don't allow someone else to shake you up and press your buttons. Another thing is to stop blaming others. When people do not want to take responsibility for themselves or their choices, they go into a denial. It's everyone else's fault. Well, this happened because of someone else. This happened because of this other thing. Those kind of people can never grow. They always stay where they are. Some people feel guilty and blame others to cover their tracks. They need to be reminded that their mistakes or bad choices are their problem. There is a quote that's really great. It says, "Little people take credit and give blame, while big people take blame and give credit." Which one are you? It's your responsibility how you react to something. It's your responsibility how you respond to somebody. You cannot control what someone says to you, but you can control how you respond. You cannot control your circumstances, but you can control how you respond. Difficulty is inevitable, but drama is a choice. Life is 10% what happens to you, but 90% how you react to it. Attitude is important. Another thing to note is that the world does not revolve around you. Some people have this mindset that the world owes them everything and that they should get everything for free. No, actually, the world does not revolve around you. You should work for what you get. If you want to be successful, it should come from you and your hard work ethic. Success does not even depend on which school you attended. It comes from you. You are the one who has to make it happen. You earn your respect. You are in charge of your decisions. You are the CEO of everything you do. Another thing to note is to get rid of the victim mentality. A victim mentality always says, "Sorry me, sorry me." It convinces people that everyone is out to get you and that you were not responsible for your choices, but that someone else always put you in an unfortunate situation. People who do this always try to look innocent and guilt trip everyone else without being real with themselves and their actions. They will not admit if they did something wrong that was part of the problem or not. They will never tell you the full story. Sometimes they tell you part of the story, and their story is so incredibly one-sided and convincing, and some people are so charming that they can be very believable. Always know that there are two sides to every story. Never fully trust everything you hear until you hear both sides of the story. We need to be real with ourselves. If we have a complaint or judgment against someone else, we should always be willing to admit our realness or weak point in the situation too. If someone else's family is bad, then what about yours? Is your family not perfect? You give someone the freedom to judge your family if you are judging another family too. You should be willing to say, if needed, that my family is not perfect either, and yes, my family has weak points, before condemning another family. Matthew 7:5 says, "You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." Also, there are some people in this world who naturally love to blame their circumstances on their ancestors. They say, because of what your ancestors did to my ancestors, you have to bow down to me and give me the easy life while you have the tougher life. It is a situation that has to do with our great 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 grandparents and not in today's time. We need to focus on today's time, the now. We need to focus on what is going on right now in today's time with us who are currently living in this present world. Success comes from us and our hard work along with wisdom, no matter what the circumstances. There have been many people who have come from underprivileged backgrounds who worked hard and made a successful life. They earned the merits. They were able to provide for their family, and I believe when we do that with a biblical mindset on money, we learn contentment and God provides what we need. And remember, when God gives more, he gives more responsibilities. Luke 12:48 says, to whom much is given, of him will much be required. And from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more. So basically, to whom much is given, much is required. Luke 16:10 says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Matthew 25:23 says, his master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Another thing to note is that regarding criticism, it takes rain and sunshine for a flower to grow. This is a hard pill to swallow, but it is so true. It takes rain and sunshine for a flower to grow. This process makes you grow, but change is difficult. It's not easy. It's like groaning with growing pains. It can be a difficult process, but always know that God is with you and he loves you as you internally grow from the inside. Yes, there will be rewards for you for growing. Hebrews 12:11 says, all discipline for the moment seems not to be joyful, but sorrowful, yet to those who have been trained by it, afterwards it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness. Hebrews 12:6 says, the Lord disciplines those he loves, and he punishes each one he accepts as his child. Another thing to note regarding procrastination. Procrastination means waiting until the last minute to get things done. This is an interesting topic. Many of us deal with this. We wait till the last minute to do things, especially with the things we don't like doing, but it's not good for us. In fact, there have been studies that have linked procrastination with depression. Do not procrastinate on things with your life. Start things early and ahead of time. You will thank yourself later and will be so much more happy and relaxed. And in all things, do your very, very, very best and let God do the rest. When you do your very, very, very best in your circumstances, angels cannot do better.